Welcome to part 4 of our 5 episodes as we ride to the future of the villages. Hi everybody, I'm Dave.
And I'm Brenda.
We're here at the Aviary Recreation Center. This is where we're going to start today as we ride from here to the Everglades Recreation Center. This will be the 4th segment of our 5-segment tour as we ride to the future of the villages. So let's get started.
Let's go.
Alright, we're starting from the Aviary Recreation Center on our way to Everglades Regional Recreation Center.
And this is Morse Boulevard.
Yeah, Morse Boulevard in front. So we have the multimodal path that will follow along Morse Boulevard till we get to Megason. So this is the big intersection of Megason and Morse Boulevard.
For a car, they're going to have a roundabout up here.
Yeah, probably won't be a seat because they kind of bring us down here to a tunnel. The tunnel there to the left, if you were to turn, that would take you to the village of St. Catherine. Also, it would take you back towards the main part of the villages, Chitty Chatty,
Bradford.
and Bradford, and that's how you can get back to the other side of 44, over the Chitty Chatty Bridge. But we're going away from there. We're going deeper south. On the right-hand side is the village of Hawkins. I'll put a link up to a flyover and ground tour we did of Hawkins a little while back. And on the left-hand side, probably doesn't show much on there, but that's all construction area still, and that's where you're going to have a championship golf course. I think it's going to be called the Southern Oaks Golf Course, tied in with the Sawgrass Grove recreational area, which is actually the opposite direction we're going, but it's a very large area when you add in that golf course along with the recreational area of Sawgrass Grove.
And all the residential housing.
Yeah. The area of Hawkins is partially built out. It has, people are living there. There's still houses under construction. And you'll soon see, when we go around the corner in a little bit, they have a section that they haven't even started building on yet. It's a really large village.
Yeah, they're doing all the underground piping and grading of the land. And I saw where they were putting in some streets, like the brown, you know, the bottom layer of the streets that are going to be in that part of the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's very interesting out there, prepared the ground. I don't know exactly how they're doing here, but it appears they move everything out, all the dirt, and they bring it back in different layers and prepare it probably for erosion control and you know, just for better building, I imagine. They know what they're doing, but they'll spend a lot of time moving dirt and preparing the ground. We're coming up on it now, see on the right-hand side. They've been working ground in this whole Southern Oaks area for, you know, a couple of years. But then when they build a house, it goes very quick.
And very quality made.
Yeah, it's quality build.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, but they can build it quickly. They've got their trades down to a science. They bring in a crew and knock out that trade really quickly and accurately and move on. We've got some experience with that we built our home. I had a custom build done of a designer home in the village of McClure a couple years ago. And it was a very good experience, I thought.
Oh, I loved it. The design team, the realtor, I mean, everybody was top notch. And we're very happy.
Yeah, I've always heard people saying that what a nightmare to build a house.
I didn't find that at all.
And then I haven't heard it about the villages. I just heard it in general before we moved here. You don't want to build a house, go through that hassle. It's a nightmare. It really wasn't.
I loved it.
It was quite enjoyable, actually.
And interesting.
Yeah.
Just to see how things worked and to see the process and, you know.
We came down for a week, had an appointment with their design team. We kind of gotten a floor plan that we knew we wanted to work with, and we picked a lot. And we were one of the village sales. Well, I kind of found the lot I wanted, and we worked with the sales rep here and
made it happen.
Yeah, we were able to make it happen. And when we did the construction, what you want to point out there, Brenda?
Oh, just all the stakes that are popping up now.
Oh yeah, I think they're marking out roadways over here. But where I was going with that. By building our home, we came down for a week. The design and construction team was amazing to work with. We walked in with our lot that we knew we wanted to build on. They gave us the options of things you could do with the designer structure we had picked. We had picked a laurel oak, and you can put stretches on it and add extra space in different areas. And there's some redesigns of a bathroom that we chose, options in kitchens, and you can do a little more extensive things too, but we were going with that kind of basic there. We wanted to add a pool. We added able to do the pool in that same design week, and they had it very organized. We were there 8 to 4, I think, every day to go in and meet with the designer, go with ideas. All our choices and materials were there to look at.
And she laid them all out to make sure that everything blended and just you liked the look.
If there was something that you weren't sure, you think you found something you like, but you weren't sure how it was really to look in a house, they'd send you to a house that had it in there. They'd line up and get a realtor to take you over there, a sales agent to take you there and show you.
Yeah, their goal was to make you happy.
Yeah. And then at the end of the week, while we're doing here, this is an interesting little spot here, and I'll get back to that. This is the only place I've seen 2 tunnels back to back.
Yeah.
We're down at the tunnel around. And this is a very long tunnel.
We're going under Megason right now.
Yeah, Megason Road. This one is, we're going over Warm Springs above us.
Oh.
Yep. That was Megason, the other tunnel.
Okay.
But notice how tall this tunnel is. I mentioned in one of our other videos that some of the tunnels up north, when they were originally built, they weren't built as tall. So if you have a golf cart with a lift, you got to be very careful up in the northern section that you don't scrape the top. So that's why most people just don't put lifts on carts down here. That way you can go anywhere in the villages.
Yeah, you see a couple up north, but not hardly any.
Yeah, pretty much, any of the golf cart stores where you buy carts down here, what they're going to sell, always check and ask, but what they sell is going to be a proper height to deal with all the tunnels. You don't have to worry about that. But if you try to modify it and raise it higher, just be careful and be sure you can fit everywhere that you want to go. But again, on our home, it was a great experience. We went through that week of design. It was at the end of the week, we had plans that were put in front of us with everything was completely drawn out, very detailed specifications.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Detail.
Yeah, and then we they read it to us to make sure so we could ask questions. So that was probably the most painful part, but it was necessary. It was an hour or 2 of reading it
and making
all
sure
the details that are on that plan before it's sent out to be built.
And we walked out of there. I was very confident that what we wanted was going to be built.
Yeah. And when we walked out, now that's when the 20% has to be done. So the check for the 20%
you had
to start. So you can pay the rest later.
Yes.
So you got to have 20% there at the end of that week when you sign the papers. And then they give you a closing date. Now, let me caveat this. This is all the way it was 2 years ago. Things may have changed. I haven't heard that they're doing it different, but just be aware, this is our experience.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yes.
So, but you come out of there with a closing date. The exact date. So we knew exactly, I could make my plans for travel to come down, and it was very simple.
And this is an entrance for a future neighborhood.
Yes, I think that's going to be part of St. John's, but not positive. And we're still going along the turnpike you'll see over there.
And a long magazine.
Yeah. But then once you sign your papers, you give them the check, they get the permits, and that's usually a 1 or 2 week, maybe it's 2 week process. We were lucky. We had some great neighbors here that were would take pictures for us as the construction was being done. So we knew when the ground was broken a couple weeks later, we were getting daily photo updates exactly what was happening.
I'd come home from work and the first thing I wanted to do was look at the pictures of our new house.
Yeah, and everything in those specifications are so detailed. Even if something were to be wrong, it's easy. They'll take care of it. But if you have something that you want to change after that 1 week meeting, there's a change order fee along with the cost of what it takes to do. It was like $250 or something like that. Don't hold me to the exact number, but something like $200. So say you wanted to add an outlet somewhere you had forgotten, and it was after that week, once you've signed and it's done, then it's going to cost you the cost to put the outlet in and $250 to do the change fee. So we didn't do any changes. Most people don't, but just be aware, try and get everything that week and get it exactly the way you want it. Think about where you're putting your TVs, where you're putting things, and they'll help talk you through that and give you ideas. So you have outlets where you want them, where the cable outlets are, electrical outlets, the lights where you want them. Think about where you're kind of picturing furniture being, and it's really a simple process. And they walk you through it. They're experts. That's all they do. They have a designer specifically tied to you for the week that helps you through the whole process.
Yeah, and you get to, she gets to know your likes. She was a lot of fun. Yeah. She would try to figure us out on our taste, and she pretty much nailed us. And it was one time that she goes, well, which of these would you like? I think it was the handles on our doors. And she goes, because I think I figured you out. I think I know which one you want. And when we didn't pick the same one, she goes, I thought you were going to go with this one. And we're like, we would have, but that's in our house we have in Virginia. And so we want a little something different. And we all laughed because, she had us nailed pretty good. She was very good at what she does.
Yeah. She even mentioned something, it sounds odd, but the shape of a sink in a toilet that we really hadn't considered. And she just goes, from what I've seen of y'all, you need to go look at this bathroom over at such and such. I think that's probably what you're going to want. And I walked in there, I came right back and said, yep, that's it. That's exactly us. We want that toilet.
We had so much fun doing all that. It was not stressful. It was fun. We had a very good time.
So, and then they'll take care of that build. You don't have to be here when they do it. If we didn't have the neighbor to do pictures, your sales agent is going to do that for you too. They'll send you pictures. Might not be every day, maybe once a week.
Yeah.
We just had somebody that could take care of anything for us.
Yeah. We were lucky.
And things went really smooth. I think for us, we met in middle of February with the design team, and we had a closing date. That was in 2019. And we had a closing date of June the 10th. So it gives you a time frame of that. But the house build went so much quicker. They could have closed earlier. I think you can pay a change fee and close early if you want. Don't hold me. You can ask your sales agent about that, but I've heard you can. That worked well for us because Brenda was a school teacher, and so we're waiting for retirement for her to be able to come down. So there's no need to close on the house before school finished.
Yeah. But, 30 years in elementary education. So for that summer, looking forward to that summer break was not only summer break, but for a retirement break, but a move to Florida all in the same spot, all in the same time after 30 years.
So it was exciting. Our house actually, what I call substantially built. From the time they broke ground, I was posting some pictures on Facebook of it being built each day, and what I call substantially complete. It was pretty much ready to move in. There might be a few things they need to come back and touch up or something. It was 56 days. And we had
my friends couldn't believe it because they were following along with it too.
And it wasn't, quick, shoddy work. It was quality.
All quality.
Some of the things I saw they did, it's like, that is really impressive. The block walls down here aren't just block. They got rebar and concrete going through the block sections.
Okay.
What you got here?
We got a tunnel. Yeah.
Make sure they were okay. They're fine.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going under Megason.
Yeah, now we are going under Megason. We're getting very close to the new, recently opened bridge, the Water Lily Bridge.
Which was so important to us because it allows us to be connected.
Yeah. Before the bridge opened, it's our daily golf cart ride twice a day. We would come and check the construction at this bridge, make sure there were people here, what they were doing, just watching. I mean, we were
counting down.
It was fun for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just noticing each day. Okay, does that look different? What are they doing today?
So we've watched every brick of this thing come together.
Yes, we have. Every brick, every landscape thing put in, everything. And to see the actual bridge itself being put in place was just amazing.
Yeah, they had to close the interstate down in order to raise it. The bridge was built off to the side of the road, and then it was lifted into place. There were a few struggles to get it done, but they got it done. Now we've come across or we're south of the turnpike.
And to your right is going to be the village of DeLuna.
Yes.
That's back behind us a little bit to your right. Straight ahead, straight ahead is going to be the Water Lily Rec Center, which is a village rec center. It's not a regional. And when the bridge first opened up here, a lot of people would just park their golf carts right here in this green area, and we would think that they were trying to figure out, okay, we got to cross the bridge, where do we go now?
Yeah.
And I saw some people just having a picnic.
Now, if we had gone right there at the Water Lily Recreation Center, there's going to be another section of DeLuna that they're still prepping the land, but eventually it's going to extend the other direction for quite a ways over to, I don't know if it's going to connect to 301, but it's going to be right up against it.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if eventually there's an opening over there that connected to 301. All right, now I could have turned right there, and that would take you on to Marshpen Trail, I believe is that road.
Yes.
If you follow the road over there, it would take you around to Edna's. Edna's is where they have food trucks and some outdoor entertainment they do there. It's just a nice little place to hang out. They got lights up in the trees set up.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What you call the lights? They look like camper type light. Well, not campers, but
it gives the ambiance.
Yeah, it's really a neat place.
And if you're coming by car, you would turn into the Cattail Postal and Rec Center, and the Edna's is in the very back of that area.
The path that we're on is still the multimodal path that gets you between villages. So we're going along Marshpen.
It's to the right.
Yeah, it's on our right. That's all Marshpen there. But this is going to take us through the Hawkeye path.
Yes.
And over towards the Everglades Recreation Center.
Which is our goal today.
Yes. Now we've seen some wildlife through here. We saw a fox. We saw a fox come through one time. This is
right across the path, right in front of us.
This is the Hawkeye sink, I think is what they call it.
Yes.
And it's all natural there.
Tons of birds, all kinds of different birds around.
To the right here is a parking area, the golf cart parking. One of two areas of golf cart parking to access the Hawkeye path, walking trail that goes around the nature area. I'll kind of pull in here so at least the camera will catch.
There are people starting on the walk right now.
If you come by car, you can actually do it. You can actually park over at Edna's and start the path.
Which is at the Cattail.
And it will go a full circle around it. So it comes up on this path here.
And
there's
the map.
A picture there. Now, we'll get back on the multimodal path. Now this section here is a little bit busy. You have to be careful through here because multimodal paths you can walk on and bike on and golf cart. Everything can be on here. But it's a little more foot traffic because this little section of it, for a quarter mile if that, maybe a little less, is shared with the Hawkeye path, the trail. So the walking trail is going to take you along this, and this is a fairly heavy golf cart path also. Now
that the bridge is open.
Yes. Everybody south of the turnpike has to come up this path to go up to the bridge to be able to get across, head towards the town square, and those areas up north.
And this section right here, we're coming across a bridge. You might not be able to see it, but it's worth seeing when you come down here. It has beautiful sunsets. It's a stream goes underneath this bridge. I've seen quite a few golf carts come in here and park on the side in the evenings and watch the sunset. It's gorgeous. That's one of my favorite spots down here.
And here is the other parking area for the golf carts for the Hawkeye path. So between the two parking areas, the part we just drove with the golf cart is part of the Hawkeye path.
Yes. So then that makes your full circle right here. And now we're off the trail of Hawkeye.
Soon we'll be coming around the corner to the Everglades Regional Recreation Center complex. Lots of things here.
Oh,
see
yeah.
what is visible as we come around the corner. On the right-hand side, just probably starting to come into view. We see some of the fencing. That's the softball field. There's a set of 4 softball fields there.
And it sort of makes a circle, the 4 fields together, with all that central area there.
Yeah. And we're riding alongside the turnpike, so on the south side of the Florida Turnpike. That's what you see there on the left.
It's a busy afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I see somebody on the basketball court.
Yeah, we got basketball courts, and also to the left, I see some soccer nets. It's really a multi-use field, multi-purpose field, I think they called it.
Yeah.
And it has a golf cart parking here.
It's so cute.
Up close. There's the full car parking is over there beyond those pickleball courts.
Yeah.
And or you can park at the softball complex.
Yeah. This is the Everglades.
This field's used for many different things. Multi-purpose field is what it's called. So I've seen people do outside aerobics. Groups have met here.
Yeah.
I've seen soccer there.
The kite flyers.
The e-flyers, the kite flyers.
It's used.
It's multi-use. Anything that needs a big field.
Yeah.
That's what it's everywhere. That's sometimes reserved for specific uses, so you have to make sure it's open if you just want to come out and play around on your own. But there's a schedule posted right there. All right, we're back on that path.
And straight ahead, this is the backside of Magnolia Plaza, which is, we've been excited that Publix has opened and the golf store has opened, the Village's golf store. And we're waiting to see some restaurants open up. They have signs in the windows of what restaurants are coming. So we're looking forward to seeing and eating at the new spots.
Yes. I'm turning into the Everglades. Just like most regional recreation centers, pickleball, bocce ball, shuffleboard, all those types of things. A regional or a sports pool, and something a little unique for here. See over here, those white boards. It's actually a RC car racetrack. So it's the only one in the Villages that's officially built that way. I mean, it's set up for RC cars. And there's a lake over to the side. You won't be able to see on camera, but it's
to the left side.
Yeah, the left side, and it has areas there for sailboats, RC sailboats to race and cruise around on.
Yeah.
Little markers and buoys out there to maneuver.
And just RC boats.
Yes. Yeah. All right. we have arrived
We are
at
our goal.
Everglades Regional Recreation Center. This also has a sales center in it also. Pull up one of the things. So since this is where a lot of the construction and things, this is where a lot of the sales agents are housed at and officed. So if you have any questions, you can always come here and get the information about housing. All right, thanks for joining us. All right, I hope you enjoyed that ride. 4 segments down, 1 more to go. On our next golf cart ride, we're gonna go from here at the Everglades Regional Recreation Center to our final destination, which is the future of the villages, the area that hasn't even broken ground yet. And we'll go take a look at what may be to come. So we'll see. Hope you enjoy it. If you would, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate you guys out there that are subscribing and watching these videos. There should be a button over in the corner if you haven't subscribed yet. And then also you can ring that little bell that's on the page. If you ring the bell, that will notify you the next time we explore the villages.